What?
Your brain is gone.
My what's gone?
It's gone.
What's gone?
Your hair is gone. Your hair is gone.
Do you like it with the hair or without the hair?
Your hair is gone. Mom, why the brain is gone?
Why is my hair gone?
Yeah.
I lost a bet to Uncle Travy and he cut it off.
He cut it off.
He cut my hair off.
That's not nice.
No, it's not.
No, you have to get new hair.
I do have to get new hair.
Who's making all of those giggling sounds on the upper floor? Jason and Kylie Kelce, along with their team members Wyatt, Elliott, Bennett, and little Finley, packed up their belongings this day and made their way to Kansas City, where they are going to have a week full of excitement. Jason's currently preparing for Sunday's highly anticipated showdown between the Eagles and the Chiefs, filming new heights with Travis, and slipping into commentator mode as the Chiefs take on his former team. But Taylor Swift will be in attendance, observing the game from the stands. Jason was captured on camera by ESPN outside of Arrowhead Stadium while he was filming scenes as part of the build-up for the New Heights tailgate event. Nevertheless, the true magic was taking place behind the scenes. Even though the focus was on Jason's work, it had been quite some time since Kylie and the girls had last seen Auntie Taylor, and their reunion finally happened after Uncle Trav had popped the question. Let's just say that bedtime at the Leadwood Mansion turned into a hilarious event. The girls pleaded with genuine, naive innocence when the darkness of night enveloped them. Would it be possible for us to simply go to bed with Aunt Taylor? It was one of those moments that made everyone in the room feel warm and fuzzy inside. A person who was close to the family has said that the Kansas City Tuesday possessed all of the elements. The sun was shining brightly, cameras were rolling, and there was the typical commotion. Nevertheless, every few minutes, something so wonderful would occur that it would cause the chaos to vanish from sight. Whether it was Taylor chasing the girls around in the backyard, Jason and Travis making jokes that were typically only funny to brothers, or Kylie making fun of her close friends. It was as if a storybook about a family had come to life on that day. It was one of those days that you wish you could capture in a bottle and keep forever. There was so much going on, the source disclosed, but the best parts were not meant to be captured on camera. They were simply the Kelces, Taylor, and the children, all of whom were members of the same family. The weekend, which began with work, is now ready to conclude with happiness, commemorations, as well as memories that even the grandest stage cannot script for you. As is customary in the Kelce family, the day began with a viewing of Business First. An ESPN crew was setting up their equipment outside of Arrowhead Stadium in preparation for a segment that would air before the Chiefs-Eagle game, while Jason and Travis were busy working on their podcast, taping their New Heights in Kansas City. Travis did his best to maintain a lighthearted atmosphere with his jokes, and he was always prepared to give his nieces a break whenever they felt they needed it. Meanwhile, Jason moved with the practiced calm of someone who is always ready for the unexpected. While everything seemed to be about work to the public, behind the cameras, it was all about family. According to a source, they were laughing and having a good time throughout the show. However, you could see that their eyes were constantly scanning the doorway, anticipating the arrival of Kylie and the other girls. Kylie's entrance was as dramatic as ever when she made her appearance late in the morning. Both effective and welcoming in equal measure, she was like a maestro conducting an orchestra in the way that she handled greetings, snacks, and nap schedules. Wyatt, the self-proclaimed drum captain of the family legend band, proudly marched in front of her sisters as they tumbled into the room, their energy like sunshine, while her four daughters, Wyatt, Elliott, Bennett, and little Finley, spilled into the room. And then finally, the moment that everyone had been anticipating, Tishi made a casual, radiant, and utterly charming appearance in the living room. Taylor's natural attentiveness is what makes children feel at ease with her right away. There is no fanfare or spotlight. She is simply moving. She stooped down to their height, took a moment to appreciate a crown made of grass, giggled at a sign that was handwritten, and embraced Kylie as if they had been friends for a long time. According to the source, it was extremely custom made. She made no attempt to impress them by flaunting her celebrity status. She simply lowered herself to their level and made them feel as though they were being acknowledged. After that, the afternoon unfolded in the manner that any parent would recognize. A series of scenes that were imperfect, yet perfect in their own way. While Wyatt was in the garden beating out a rhythm on a toy drum, Taylor was sitting on the steps at the back of the house making friendship bracelets. Taylor sat with her legs crossed. Kylie quietly whispered to herself about the possibility of moving the kit to the padded play area when the rhythm became excessively loud. Taylor simply laughed, picked up a couple of foam mallets, and joined Wyatt in a drum duet. Their performance was so amusing that everyone in the yard was laughing uncontrollably. Kylie later commented that she transformed it into a concert. We were unaware that we required it, but it was the bridge that we needed. She gave the children all of her attention, and they absorbed every last drop of it. Elliot pleaded with us to read a story. Therefore, Taylor transformed it into an interactive sing-along, providing a gentle and lighthearted chorus that had the girls clapping and chanting as if they were attending their own personal stadium show. The morning started out as a time for taking care of responsibilities, but it ended up being an afternoon of creating memories that were both ridiculous and redeeming, making the day one that will not soon be forgotten. In the Kelce household, duty always comes before everything else, so the morning started with work. In Kansas City, Jason and Travis settled into their seats and began the process of recording their new podcast called New Heights. As the crew from ESPN made a flurry of activity around Arrowhead in preparation for Sunday's much-anticipated game between the Chiefs and the Seagulls, Jason maintained a calm and steady demeanor, behaving as if he had already experienced everything before. Meanwhile, Travis made jokes, acted as host, and effortlessly transitioned into uncle mode whenever his nieces were in need of a break. The family remained behind the scenes while the business was conducted in front of them. An anonymous source reported that they were professional. Nonetheless, you could tell that they were anticipating the arrival of Kylie and the girls. It was not until the middle of the morning that Kylie finally made her appearance. It was just like watching a ballet that had been meticulously choreographed. She carried snacks in one hand and schedules in the other, and 4 daughters came tumbling out behind her like rays of sunshine. Wyatt, who had appointed herself as the captain of the drums, took the lead, and her sisters, Elliot, Bennett, and Finley, followed close behind. Kylie, a mother with a lot of experience, was able to move with the same ease that only another mother with a lot of experience would have, as she managed to juggle greetings, rules, and reminders about nap time while still being witty and efficient. Everyone had been anticipating this moment, and it had finally arrived. Taylor, who was easygoing, radiant, and completely charming. The moment she walked into the room, she had a calming effect on the atmosphere. She spent some time on her knees, admiring the grass crowns, listening to the conversations about toys, and embracing Kylie as if they had known each other for years. According to the source, it was extremely bespoke. She made no attempt to impress the children. She simply gave them the impression that they were being recognized. After that, the afternoon progressed with all the imperfections and enchantment that are characteristic of real family life. Claire Bennett tottered about while holding onto a stuffed animal, and they demanded that it accompany them in every activity they participated in. Taylor, without pausing for even a moment, began to sing a lullaby to the toy in a whisper, all while looking through the leaves. Even the adults were confused. Taylor went to get foam mallets after Wyatt had been banging out a solo on the drums in the garden, which was not very consistent. As he joined in a duet with Travis, which eventually grew into a full-fledged concert in the backyard, Elliot pleaded with Travis to tell a story. Travis obliged, and he gave a dramatic reading, which made everyone who was present laugh so hard that they were rolling on the ground. Jason was able to intervene and save a cup of juice from falling over by using the reflexes of a dad who has been through this before. This all happened while he was in between takes. There was a chase after Bennett lost one of his shoes at a certain point. Kylie is calling the plays as if she were the coach. Travis made a dramatic entrance at the end, which was so over the top that the children began to cheer. This happened after Jason stumbling around in a contrived drama. It was a demonstration of teamwork in its simplest and most loving form. According to the source, the family had a set of unspoken rules that governed their behavior. During story time, phones were not allowed, and when it came to singing or reading, screams were not permitted. When someone attempted to take a selfie without anyone noticing, Taylor took the lead by setting an example, tucking her phone away in a pocket and dancing instead. Kylie was adamant about having hours in which no electronic devices were used in order to maintain a sense of normalcy throughout the day. According to the source, the celebrities and their childhoods were being woven together without allowing one of them to completely overwhelm the other. With the arrival of golden hour, the most exciting event of the day began, a concert that was put together on the lawn. While her cousins clapped in time with the beat, Wyatt proudly banged away on her miniature drum set. Taylor arrived and joined the group with a tambourine, which she shook with the energy of a rock star. Jason and Travis were there to cheer her on and record the performance from the sidelines. The source made the comment that if those 5 minutes could be bottled, they would be able to cure anyone's bad day. The whole thing was loud, disorganized, and filled with unadulterated happiness. After that, it was time to go to sleep, and the scene could have been taken directly from a family romp. Not a single one of Taylor's nieces wished to go away from her. They climbed onto her lap, one after the other, on the large guest bed. They each asked her to tell them just one more story, to sing them just one more lullaby. Taylor, who possessed an inexhaustible amount of patience, proceeded to smooth their hair, tuck blankets around them, and whisper silly rhymes until their final giggles faded away as they drifted off to sleep. Travis poked his head into the room from the doorway, pretending to be jealous of everyone's attention. Taylor rolled her eyes and mouthed something without speaking. Next time, it is your responsibility to provide the snuggles. It was not about getting media attention. The source was adamant that the issue was about family and about figuring out how everything fits together. There was no doubt about one thing: by the time the house had become quiet, neither ESPN nor social media would be the place to go to see the weekend's most exciting moment. It would be these moments that were small, disorganized, and unforgettable. The sourdough was on the verge of falling. The family of Kelce's is at its core nothing more than a family, as evidenced by the fact that the bracelets were strung and the drum beats were improvised. This is a reminder that even when they are under the brightest spotlight, they are still just a family at their core. Imperfect, noisy, loving, and dedicated to working together to achieve their goals. And they are committed to working together to accomplish it.